Hey, Jonathan here, and inside today's video, you're going to be getting our ultimate ab burnout. And the best part is you can do this all body weight, so you don't need any weights, you don't need any equipment. You can do this all at home, and it takes just a little over 10 minutes to complete. So this workout is going to be one of our best resources for you to get that six-pack or unlock that lean athletic body. Now, if your goal is to get a six-pack, be aware that it takes multiple components to get a six-pack. And in this video, we're just going to be focusing on building the abdominal muscles and strengthening our core. If you need to cut some fat and things like that, we're going to be talking about that later. Now, what makes this our ultimate ab burnout? Well, inside this workout, you're going to be getting some of the most effective and safest abdominal exercises for building a strong core. Because after reviewing recent studies and research, we discovered that many popular ab exercises are actually doing the opposite. For example, if you're performing crunches, Superman raises, Roman twists, and other popular ab exercises like this, then you're possibly damaging and weakening your spine. And you're going to see why in just a moment. Now, after we cover these exercises, we're going to give you a free follow-along download of this workout, so be sure to watch this video to the end. First, there's something even more important that we must talk about first, because if you don't do this one thing, it doesn't matter what workouts we give you, you're not going to be able to accomplish that six-pack goal, or really any fitness goal for that matter. And that one important thing is the ability to motivate yourself. So whenever you feel like you're too lazy, or you feel like you just don't have enough time through the day, or you feel that you're just making up excuses that are holding you back, because we all do it, then it's important that you have that ability to motivate yourself to light that fire whenever you experience these things. And so I want to share with you a really great resource that me and my brother recently discovered that's going to help you unlock this inner motivation within yourself. My brother and I have recently been using Audible to listen to audiobooks, and we came across a really fascinating book. And this book is called Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself: How to Lose Your Mind and Create a New One by Joe Dispenza. This book essentially breaks down more of the science behind how the brain works and how we are controlled by our habits. And then it shows you step by step how to reprogram your mind to accomplish the goals you want. I've been listening to it so far, and it's just been a fantastic book. And I know that if you're struggling with motivation right now, or in the past you've found it hard to stay motivated to stick to a new diet or workouts, this is going to be a really great resource for you. So my brother and I have something really cool for you. You can actually grab this audiobook today free. My brother and I have been talking to Audible, and they really like our channel, that they like our videos, and so they wanted to give you an opportunity in this video to get a free trial of Audible for the next 30 days free. And so here's what I want you to do right now. Go to the special link in the description down below. It's audible.com/tap. That's audible.com/tap. And start your 30-day free trial. And then download the book, Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself: How to Lose Your Mind and Create a New One by Joe Dispenza. And with that free trial, you get that book free. And you can download any other book you'd want as well. Seriously, pause the video and do this right now. Alright, now it's time to break down these ab exercises in this ultimate ab burnout, because it's really important that you learn how to do these moves correctly, and you also avoid some of the common mistakes with ab exercises in general. So first, we're going to be doing a series of different ab exercises for rounds. So we're going to be doing 7 different ab exercises, and we're going to be doing them for 30 seconds each. And the goal of this is to do each of them back to back without stopping, but the whole time we want to make sure we have good form. So what we're going to start off with, just to get a nice little warm up, but also to engage the core, is we're going to be doing just a standing punches. So we're going to keep our spine neutral, and what we're going to be doing is keeping our hands pretty much in a ready position, almost like you're holding up for a boxing match or something. Now the punches and the form and technique on those isn't as important right now, because we're mainly focusing on the abs. And what we're going to be doing is just punching. Now, if you want to, you can do an open hand if you want, if you don't feel like doing, with your fist clenched. But we're just going to be punching back and forth. And I would recommend just doing a little twist, like you're really punching, and coming back to that position. Now, what this is going to do, it doesn't seem like much, but as we go faster, our core is actually having to work pretty hard to keep it stable. Because that's what we want to do with all these ab exercises. That we really, the main reason for having this abdominal area in these muscles is to keep our core intact, keep our spine safe, keep it intact. And so while we're doing this, our body's fighting itself to stay straight. And that's what we want to do. We want to try to stay straight. And this is actually called an anti-rotational ab exercise. So because if we're twisting and letting that twist go on, especially, for example, if you're doing a Roman twist where you're twisting like this, the problem with this is that as you twist, when your spine twists like this, you actually put yourself in a weakened position. Some of the muscles stop to activate, and you start to put strain in areas that it's best just to avoid to make sure you're doing your ab exercises safe. So what I would suggest, instead of doing the rotational ones, and this is based on the research and studies I've been looking at, it's much better if we just do the anti-rotational ones, especially as a beginner, so that we avoid any spinal damage at all. So we're going to be starting off with those punches. We're going to do that for 30 seconds. Now, for the second round and third round, we're going to switch that first exercise. So the first exercise is going to be that punch. For the second round, it's going to be a right punch. So now we're going to add in a little twist, and we're going to twist with the hips. So we're going to put our right foot, put on the ball foot, and we're just going to be twisting with the hips, keeping our spine intact. And we're going to be throwing a punch and coming back. So again, we're doing this anti-rotational. We're adding that twist in, but we're keeping our spine intact, throwing a punch. If the punch is too much, just keep it right here. Now for the third round, we're going to be doing to the opposite. So we're going to go into the left side. So now we're twisting on this foot, twisting the hips, and punching. Keeping the spine straight, standing tall, keeping everything intact. So that's going to be, we're going to do that for 30 seconds. Now, the next set of exercises is going to be the same for each round. So the second exercise is going to be a reverse crunch. Now, there's a lot of different ways I've seen people do this, but we're going to do this safe, and we're just going to focus on keeping our abs intact like we talked about. So for this reverse crunch, what we're going to do is first we're going to make sure to lift our legs like this. We're going to make sure to keep our back flat. The reason why we're going to do this is so we don't put extra strain in the bottom of our spine here, because if we have a bend like this, we're going to put a lot of extra strain into this portion of our spine. It's best to just keep it flat so that way we can be strong here. We're going to just put our hands flat on the ground. We're going to rest our head on the ground, and all we're going to do is lift the knees up. And what I want you to do is contract with your abs. Don't think about lifting your hips as much. Think about using your abs to pull your hips towards your chest. And you're just going to lift slightly off the ground. You don't want to kick up off the ground. I've seen people do this, but all this is doing is compressing our spine here, whenever we really just need to focus on tightening this core. So what we're going to do is just slowly pull up and relax, and contracting here with our abs. And if you do it right, you're going to feel it as you contract and just pull everything tight. So we're going to do that for 30 seconds. The next exercise is we're just going to go into a left side plank. So we're going to get with our elbow down, legs straight. Now this is I guess the more advanced form. So we're going to be holding up like this. Again, all you want to do is make sure that your spine is intact, you have good form. If you start to break your form, that means you need to rest. And if you need to, put that extra hand down for extra support if you have to. And if you're a complete beginner or you're having trouble with this, an easy way to fix that is to elevate yourself. So you can raise yourself up like so, elevate yourself on something. It'll make it a lot easier. And if you want to make it harder, what you can do for more advanced people is to do a little contraction here. So if you're in this position, this is too easy for 30 seconds. Just imagine squeezing this together. So squeezing your arm and the bottom of your foot towards each other, contracting this a little more for an isometric contraction. That's going to really help you add more resistance and into that exercise. So after that, we're going to switch into the next exercise, and that's going to be, we're going to be laying flat on our back again like this, making sure our back's flat, but instead of doing the reverse crunch, now we're going to focus on just lifting the shoulders off the ground. So again though, we aren't going to do that flexion. We don't want to pull our spine out of alignment. This is bad for our back. So what we're going to do is all we're going to focus on is tightening with our core and just barely lifting the shoulders up off the ground. So you're going to be contracting here and coming back down. Now if your neck's hurting or something, you can always grab a pillow or something and just put it behind your head, let it relax, and focus just on the contraction here of raising up and then coming back down. And essentially with that and the reverse crunch, we're essentially doing or training ourselves to get in that hollow position that, if you've been with us, we've talked about in other videos. Okay, and after that, we're going to go to the opposite plank. So we're going to switch sides, do the same thing. Again, if you need to make it easier, elevate yourself. You want to make it harder, squeeze together. Then we're going to go to the next ab exercise, and this is where we're going to start, again, training anti-rotational, but we're also going to be building a lot of stability too. And that's where we're going to get on all fours. And now the beginner version of this is called the bird dog. So we're on our hands and knees like so. And what we're going to do is we're going to lift up the opposites. So we don't want it, again, we don't want to bend the spine. We're not going to do that. We want to keep it nice and intact. So we're just going to keep everything straight, just lift the arms and legs, and we're going to switch back and forth, keeping our abs intact. To make this harder, you can get up on your hands and feet like this. Lift up. This is really going to test your abs to stay balanced. And if you want to make it even harder, you can extend just further and work on doing it like so. So the final one after that, so once we've done that, we're going to go into just a regular plank, elbows and knees on the ground, elbows and feet on the ground. We're just going to hold this plank. Again, to make it easier, we can elevate ourselves. To make it harder, we can do that little contraction where we squeeze our feet and our elbows like we're pulling them into each other for an extra added isometric contraction. And that's really going to make it even better. Now, if you use those ab exercises and you do them in that burnout, you're going to be able to develop a strong functional core. And so you don't have to use crazy extreme ab exercises. In fact, it's much better if you use simple ones like these, because if you keep your spine intact like this and you stay safe, you're not going to have to worry about getting horrible back injuries by doing an ab exercise that's throwing your back out of alignment. So, and you can also get a really nice looking six-pack just by doing simple ab exercises like this. Now, if you want to download a follow along of this Ultimate Ab Burnout, you can do that by going down to the description. You'll find a link where you can download this free. And after you get this download, we'll talk more about our RPF4 method for those of you who need to cut some unwanted weight or just want to build the body of a lean athlete. So that's it for this video. Be sure to subscribe for more videos like this. If you have any other comments or questions, put that in the comment section below or sign up for our newsletter and ask us on there, and we will see you in the next video. Oh, and remember, if you haven't yet, make sure to grab that audiobook that we talked about from Audible. Go to our special link in the description below. It's audible.com/tap. That's audible.com/tap. And start your free 30-day trial. Once you've done that, download the book, Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself, How to Lose Your Mind and Create a New One by Joe Dispenza. And you can download any other book you'd want as well.